So, hello there everybody, there's Tom. So today we're out in a place that is not exactly local to us, but there you go. A brief history about this place. Tom will be able to give you some of the history as much as I will. It was built 1941-42 we think, but we're debating on that because the construction of the brickwork makes it look better than it is.
Yeah, if this was 1940s, this would be mega money.
Yeah, back in the day it would have cost a hell of a lot of money to build in this sort of condition.
We're fairly close to London, I'd say in the suburbs.
Yes, we are.
I would say London yellow brick from the brickfields of places like the Medway.
So do you want to give a bit of a history of what it was used for?
So originally this was, I believe, an air raid shelter, tunnels for the mental asylum on top of the hill.
Yes, which is now sadly gone.
Which has been since demolished. After that it was left abandoned, and then it was turned into a glass lens grinding factory.
Which you'll see some of the machinery later on.
Where they made optics for stuff like binoculars and telescopes, if I'm correct. Then it was abandoned due to the temperature.
Yep.
Down here, which wasn't suitable for the workers, but was suitable for the machinery.
After that, it was obviously they stopped using it.
Yep, they abandoned it once again.
And then it was taken over by a vehicle manufacturer, which I believe was a Volkswagen.
Yep.
And obviously, subsequently down the line, they've decided to stop using it, and it was buried and forgotten about.
For the same reasons, the lens grinding factory, that it wasn't suitable conditions for workers, and the car parts that you'll see as we go around rusted and made them not usable for sale.
And obviously, after that, the local authorities buried it, but since then,
it's been open.
Someone has opened it.
It's been open a number of times over the last 10 to 15 years, I believe. It's had some big parts.
Shall we go down the messy one first?
Yeah, can do.
Shall we go down this bit first? There's quite a few interesting bits in here. As I've seen and Tom's seen, we've seen a lathe down here, is that correct?
Yeah, there's a fly press here.
Fly press?
It's missing some of its parts, so it would have had a big arm with two balls on here, and they would have used it to press parts out. A bit further on, I can show you some of the stuff they were pressing out.
And as you can see, that these brick columns here, these would have been toilets.
Toilets or battery storage, we believe, yeah.
I'm more inclined to say it would have been loos. Obviously, they weren't plumbed in. If they were loos, they would have been the good old chemical Elson toilets.
The green ones.
Yeah, which we've seen loads of before.
You can see that, well, you used to be able to see it at Henley.
Yeah, which is still open, I believe.
So here you go. So stuff like that, they would have pressed out with the fly press and machinery. Small discs. This is just what's left over, basically, from whatever they were making.
So, as for what Tom says, he reckons this would have been a heat exchange.
Yeah, heater of some description. As you can see on the floor around you, all these parts would have been milled out and pressed out with fly presses.
Yeah, it's definitely one of these places where we've got to watch where we're putting our feet and our hands. For what we've seen in here so far, there is a lot of broken glass.
So these big pieces of metal here, they're leaf springs off probably a tractor or a lorry, more say a tractor, which
You'll see parts of it later on. So here's what's left of where they would have been machining the metal on the old lathe. I believe this would have may have been, what do you reckon, a cooker?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, looks like it.
So this lathe was a belt-driven lathe, so they would have had a central motor, a big motor at one end of this, and there would have been a long belt-driven shaft that would have powered multiple different machines that you can see see around here.
When he says belt driven, imagine some of the old American. Do you want to hold that as well? Imagine some of the old American mines, because they were take the cages down to the miners down to the pit. They were also belt driven. Some of the lift shafts were.
And obviously you've got 3 stages there, which will be giving you your variable speeds as well. And this is the other end of the lathe, the table for the other end of the lathe.
I'm just going to turn around and put the camera down there and get a nice picture. That's it, done. Old fridge, made in France. No wonder it's knackered. We discussed this earlier. We don't think it's a blast door. We think it's a security door.
It's a very modern lock on it.
Yeah, it's you can see there on the camera, century lock.
Very modern. Just below Steve's feet here is an old Hoover.
Yep.
I believe. Yeah, that is a Hoover.
Repairable. It's strange to know where this cage door's come from.
It's probably like a bonded store. Not a bonded store, like a secure storage area.
There's that one with the wheel down there, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's that way.
Oh, do you want to get the wheel in? Should we get the wheel in now, or go that way first and then come back?
Go to the end here and come back on.
Yeah, okay. It's definitely a watch your feet job in here. Let me know if you spotted anything we need to. Oh, that's not vice.
Oh yeah. So that probably been off one of the machines.
Yeah.
Like a pillar drill or.
It's cast iron and a bit of wood together. That is.
Don't make it like that anymore.
No, they don't. They don't make engines like that anymore either. Chain driven. We don't see no badges or anything on it. We don't know what make of the engine was. If we do, we would obviously tell you.
Little 4-cylinder. What is it? 4 cylinders? How many injectors? 1. Yeah, 4-cylinder engine of some description.
Dead end round that corner, isn't it? Just thinking whether we should climb over all that or not.
I can't remember. That's where the entrance is.
Yeah, we'll go back the other way because we can show you the wheel, the tractor axle and wheels are down the other way. My main power torch is down to level 5. What was it you said about this, Tom?
So you got the original, well, probably from the glass grinding factory, Firebell. It's a later edition, I believe. You got the switch panel there and the fuses. Some light switches there, which would have probably, if you look above here, it's strip lighting, old fluorescent strip lighting, so that would have definitely been the car.
This is a battery. It would be in a battery cell. I've seen similar to this at Swinegate ROC. They've got one down there.
I haven't been to that one, so
I'll have to get you there. It's easy. We found this earlier. As you can see there, I'll let your imagination run of how old this thing is. What did you say, 1 cylinder?
Yeah, 1 cylinder, single cylinder.
What the heck? What's this? Oh, check this out.
Oh, tobacco tin.
Yeah, look at that.
Old.
Proper old, that is.
Yeah, what did it say? Old, wasn't it?
Old Holborn.
Old Holborn.
Yeah, my wife used to smoke it, so she'll know what it is. So, as Tom said earlier on, as we walked around earlier, as we was scouting around the place, this is one of the most well-known photograph points in the whole complex.
That's asbestos.
Yes, I noticed that.
Man down.
Yeah, man down, man down. No idea what that is. So, tractor rear axle with wheels and a gearbox. And these bits here would have been help it to drive through the fields as it's ploughing or whatever it's doing. And what did you say was still in it? The gearbox and the...
I don't... It's not the gearbox as such. I think it's what you would call
clutch?
The diff, maybe. Or, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Not my area of expertise.
No, not mine either.
Where's Chris when you need it?
Yeah, he would know better than us.
Being a mechanic. Watch the hole.
Yeah, I can see it. I like the different build qualities as well. I mean, you got the concrete lintels and the RSJs here.
Which could have been added on at a later date.
And down the other end, it's nice, smooth concrete arch, like parabolic. Like a bomb-proof casemate like this brickwork above us. As you pointed out earlier, it's London brickwork.
Yeah, London yellow brick, if I'm not mistaken, would have been potentially made on such brick fields as the ones as you used to get out near the Medway.
Yeah.
Because the clay on the marshes around there was mined for brickmaking.
It's actually similar brickwork to...
Oh yeah, that's definitely London yellow brick there.
Yeah, definitely. It's similar brickwork to Graham Fort Tower, isn't it?
Yes, similar.
Right. That goes round to the left, doesn't it? Where's the more interesting bits?
I think you can pause it for a second.
So where we are now, we believe, without looking at the map, because obviously the map's on the internet, we were in the ventilation room because the engine mount